Hi, my name's Annie. This is my lovely co-host Tony, and this is my channel, Annie's Ageless Beauty. This is my channel, and I use it to talk about makeup, beauty, and anything else that's interesting to me, and hopefully other people as well. Today I'm going to be talking about the KAB Cosmetics Day and Night palette that I got from BoxyCharm last week. Here's what it looks like. As you can see, I've been using her because I have been making several eye looks throughout the week. 3 times. So I'm going to be trying on an eye look right now. Then I'm going to show some of the other looks I did earlier in the week, and then come back and give my final impressions about what I thought about the KAB Cosmetics Day and Night palette. So I wasn't really impressed with the light colors. Medium colors I thought were okay. I did a dark look and I cried almost all of it off. I think it's because the serum that I put on my face really irritated my right eye. So I didn't record a wear test for that. I put it on, and then when I came back that night, I didn't record anything else because I had lost half of my eye makeup already because I cried it off, and I didn't think it was fair. So I'm going to go ahead and do another dark shadow look right now. I've got on all of my makeup except for my eye makeup. So let me go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to start off with this Naked shade, which I've been doing pretty much consistently with all of my eye looks, and just putting that under my brow bone. And it's a nice light top shade like this, so I do like it. Just gives it a little bit of brightness up here, and it does show up pretty well. So it's nicely pigmented. For my transition shade, I'm going to use the same brush and go in with Sand right here, which is this light brown color. I'm using the mirror that came with the palette. I'm just putting it in the crease and then blending it upwards. That's okay. It's not super pigmented, but it does build up okay. You can definitely tell that I have something on my eyes. Can't really see the screen that well because I have my camera equipment blocking it. So basically I'm looking at the screen at myself, and then my camera's right here, and then a ring light, and another light, and another light. So hopefully I have enough light. I'm just going to put it underneath my eye a little bit too. And then make sure I get it here in the outer, kind of like the outer corner area, because it's very thin and wrinkly on me. I'm 57 years old, so that's okay. I have a lot of glitter on my cheek because I use, let's see if I can say this, I used a ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Highlighter. And it's very glittery and bright, and kind of dig it. So I have a packing brush. I haven't decided what color I'm going to use. See, Terracotta and Dawn are almost exactly the same color shades. I'm going to go for Cocoa, which is a darker shade. I'm going to use a black eyeliner. So, ooh, that is very pigmented. I've used it as an eyeliner before. Let's see, I just went in one time. I think that might be enough to do both eyes. Just tap it on the outside third right there. And then bring it over the crease. And then down underneath the eye. Yeah, I only needed to tap that in once for both eyes. Well, maybe a little bit more on this side. It's blending nicely. It's very pigmented. It's a nice color. But honestly, I have about 100 browns like this. So while it's certainly doing the job it's supposed to be doing, I don't know that I really need it. Do I want to do a completely brown look? I know I'm going to do Midnight for my outer shade in the shimmer. What lid shade do I want? I think I'm going to go with Burgundy, which is one of the darker shimmers. It's either Burgundy, which is dark, Burgundy, which is a dark burgundy, Dusk, which is a dark brown, Stella, kind of a burgundy brown. Let's do Stella. Have I done her yet? I don't remember. Go ahead. Not really showing up very much. So I have to go in a couple of times to get it to pick up. But once it's on there, it's on there. I didn't get fancy with my eye primer. I just used a little bit of concealer. I'm just picking up Stella, which is right here, this one right here, dabbing it onto my eye with my pinky. I have to do it a couple of times to build up the color, but it does build up. It's not an ugly color. It seems okay. I'm not blown away with it, but it's not ugly. It's a pretty kind of reddish brown. And then I'm going to go for some Midnight, which is this purpley dark shade, the darkest shimmer in the palette. Put it right on top of that Cocoa shade. Okay, Okay, it looks good. I'm going to go underneath my eyes. I'm going to just take this flat brush and take a little bit of Dawn. Dawn is this one here. It looks very much like terracotta, but I think Dawn is a little bit brighter. I'm just going to go underneath it. Sweep it under there. Yeah, that looks okay. Do the same thing on the other side. It's a very quick eye look, not especially fancy or intricate, but 99% of the time, I just do it, well, more than 99% of the time, this is my usual eye look. This is how I like it. I think I'm going to try to put a little bit more shine right there in the center, so I'm going to go to Luna, which is this pale brown shade, kind of a light coppery shade, lighter than the other colors anyway, and just put it right in the center. You can see it there. Kind of make it look like my eye is very round and shiny right in the center. And for the inner eyes, I'm going to use some of the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt in Mo Honey. This one right here. It's the more shiny of the two, but basically these two are almost identical. This one's a little shinier, this one a little less shiny. Maybe I'll use the other one. I always go to Mo Honey. Let me try that one for a change. I have the fan on because my husband's in the other room watching TV. My lovely co-host doesn't mind, so it's okay. Let's see. I guess I don't have a little brush that I usually use, so I'm just going to go ahead and use an angled brush and dab it in there. And I'm going to go to the other side, the afternoon snack side. Go ahead and use my angled brush and paint it in there. Not the best tool for the job. Feels a little awkward. I'm not really laying it down the way I'm supposed to. Definitely picking it up though. I'm going to use my flat brush and try to get it to lay down a little better. Okay, so that's one side. I think it looks okay. I'm going to do it to the other side as well. And I think it's better just with the flat brush. Okay, there we go. That's all of my eyeshadow that I'm going to be putting on for today. This is what I look like with my eyes completely done using KAB, the Day and Night palette. Okay, I think I've got the thumbnail now. And I think I forgot to do the part where I say, if you like my channels, please let me know by hitting the like button down below. If you'd like to see more of my content, please subscribe and also hit the bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I upload something. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. But if you post anything of an adult nature, I'll be deleting that because this just isn't that kind of a channel. Not yet anyway. So I've got my look on. I know it can be hard to tell with my glasses throwing back all the lights. I'll be taking those off. I've got my eye watering a little bit on this side. I'm not wearing any primer, so I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on here. I just lost my lovely co-host. So yeah, I'm starting to cry it off. Not as bad as I do sometimes. Sometimes my right eye will just start crying. And I don't know why. I thought it was because of the serum I was using, but I'm not using it now and I'm crying. And I've had this problem with a lot of different makeup, so I don't think it's the KAB's Day and Night palette's fault. But as you can see, I've got I tried to do kind of a smoky gradient eye. I can't see anything without my glasses. And with the glasses on, it's kind of hard to see the makeup. I think it looks pretty nice. I'm going to do a wear test where I edit this video. I'm also trying some other stuff. I'm doing a gameplay video right now called Hobo Tuck Life. I've decided I can upload anything I want to my channel. It's not like people are watching or anything, so I don't have to stick with makeup. I can do anything that interests me and ageless beauty. That's what this channel is about. So there might be some other stuff being thrown on here. If I do any more weight loss stuff, I'm going to be putting it on this channel too, because I really don't think, I don't have enough content for 2 channels. Nobody's watching. It doesn't matter that much. So instead of trying to run 2 channels and trying to figure out which channel I've been on and all that crap, I'm just going to go ahead and put everything on this channel here, Annie's Ageless Beauty. So this is what I look like. I'll come back in a few hours and give my final thoughts on the KAB Cosmetic Day and Night palette. Good morning. I've just gotten up and I'm getting ready to go to work. I have all of my makeup on except for my eye makeup. And I'm going to be putting on the KAB Day and Night palette that I opened last night. I'm still editing that video, but we'll see that. And I want to do a little wear test. Since I'm getting ready to go to work, this seems like a great time. I'm just going to put on my makeup as usual. Maybe I'll use a little mirror that came with it. I think I'm going to put Naked up under my brow bone. I might move a little closer so I can actually see what I'm doing because the light is kind of far away. That way you can also see what I'm doing a little easier. It's a little powdery. It's not really showing up. I guess it is showing up in the mirror. Okay, next door to that is Georgia Peach. I'm just going to put that right underneath. This one right here is Georgia Peach. It's a little darker. I'm going to go for one of the lighter looks today because that's the one I'm most skeptical about. And in the actual transition shade, in my crease, I'm going to put Burnt Orange, which is right here. Okay, this one's pretty well pigmented. I'm not using a packing brush, but it's going right on there. I'm going to use a smaller packing brush to put on burnt orange. There's a little kick up in the pan. It's very hard not to make more dust when you go into it. I do like that color though. It's a very bright, cheerful color. I think it does well with my skin tone. It's just a light peachy color. So I put it in my crease. I also put it down below. And that was burnt orange. I think for the outer corner, I want a little more depth. I'm going to go with terracotta, which is very close to Dawn next door, but I think it's just a little bit darker. Sweep that over a little bit. Yeah, it looks very similar to burnt orange, to be honest. But it's going on pigmented. It's a pretty color, so I'm not complaining about it. It's just, I think they could have curated the color story a little better and had colors that were different from each other more. I put way too much under my eyes to blend that out. Yeah, that's better. When Boxy had its pop-up, I bought a couple of KAB trios. This is their trio of highlighters, which is called Sugar Rush Glow Me Up. And then their blushes, which is called Cotton Candy Blushed Me Up. And for this one, I just took a little bit of all three colors and dabbed them on. It's actually pretty bright, and I kind of like the colors mixed. Using them alone, I prefer the one in the middle. But I think all mixed together, they're pretty nice. I've gotten into mixing my blushes lately. So I'm wearing a full face of KAB, or as much as I can manage. I'm going to try these pink shades here. I'm going to go with the lighter pink on the first and the darker pink on the outer part. And I see absolutely nothing on my brush. Nothing. Let's try my finger. Where is the color? Okay, let's try the other one. The other one has more of a presence. I'm going to try scraping a little bit of sunset. Just get some chunks. See if I can get that to show up. Twinkle Twinkle, which is this shade up here, does have some presence, but I'm getting a really hard time getting sunset to show up, which is right here. So this is really hard to get to show up. This one, not so much. You can actually see that one. But sunset is a very pretty gold. It's a pink with a little bit of a gold cast to it. I think if I just dig it out with my finger and grind it in there, yeah, it's showing up. It's showing up and it is pretty. You've got to be a little rough with it. Okay, yeah, it's definitely showing up. And I definitely like it. Okay, and then on the very outside, I'm going to put the Twinkle Twinkle shade. I don't know if that looks a little different, maybe. Okay, so that's what I look with my eyeshadow on. I like to put highlighter on the inside corners of my eyes, so I'm going to use the KAB highlighter to do that. I've never used this particular brand that way. This one looks like it has hard pan, and I'm not seeing... Oh, yeah, it is picking up. Okay, so I'm going for this one right here. We'll see if it shows up at all. I guess it is. Yeah, it's there. I'm going to see if there's a shade in here I can use as a eyeliner. And my highlighter in my eyeshadow. I gotta leave in like 4 minutes. Okay, let's see. Cocoa is the darkest color, so I'll be using that to line my eyes. Let's just put Cocoa is the darkest matte. This shade here, Midnight, is darker, but it is a shimmer. So I'm just going to go for a light rimming of the eyes. All right. So now my eyes are lined with the Cocoa shade. I think it looks nice. The mascara I've been wearing is Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes, and I really like it. I bought a bunch of Essence stuff. My contour is also made by Essence, and I really like it. I don't know if Essence is a high brand or not. I'm not quite sure why I bought it, but I bought that and this mascara, which actually worked pretty well. At the end of the day, I really don't have smeared makeup. So it does what it says. I'm in different light than I usually am when I put on my morning makeup. So I'm having a little trouble judging if I've got it right. It doesn't look terrible. Do my tight line area with my Laura Mercier gel eyeliner and espresso. That's all I've got time for. Okay, you can definitely tell I'm wearing eye makeup. This is what I look like right now without my glasses on. Close to the camera so you can see it real close. It's a subtle look. I don't know, none of those colors are really popping. The shimmers in particular seem subtle. But you can definitely tell my eyes aren't naked. You can really tell that my face is really crooked. Maybe the camera's crooked. No, I think it's my face. Okay, that's all I got for right now. I'm going to go to work. When I get home, we'll go ahead and see how well it looks after 12 hours. Goodbye. Hi, it's 3 o'clock in the morning now, and I got home from work a few minutes ago. You can see my makeup is kind of beat up, especially my lipstick. I reapplied it right before I came home, but everything else is pretty much as it was. My eye makeup, I looked at it earlier when I was at work, and it still looked like it was kind of pinky peach on the lids. It's a very light, subtle My perception from looking into the monitor is that my eyeshadow is pretty much as it was when I first left for work. It's still got that pinky peach gold shade, and I think it pretty much stayed where it was at. I did use primer. I don't know if I used a specific eye primer, if I just threw some of that luminous crap I got. And I don't remember what I did for primer, but whatever I did, I know I used moisturizer all over my face, so at least that, and some moisturizing shimmery stuff, but I don't know if I put it on my eyeballs or not. But whatever the case, I think my makeup is still here. Let me actually look into the camera instead of looking into the monitor. I think that the KAB Cosmetics Day and Night palette does okay for the day part, considering they seem to want people to wear muted colors during the day for some reason. I don't know why they care. As far as I'm concerned, you can wear any color of makeup, any color lipstick, any color shoes, anything you want, anytime you want. I don't judge. And I'm not going to tell you what to do, what you feel like wearing. You wear whatever you want, whenever you want. If you want to go for a paler look, using these shades over here, I think I got something pretty. It's not the most amazing eyeshadow I've ever worn, but I like what I'm seeing when I look in the mirror, and it lasted all day. So it's looking like Sunset has a little bit of hard pan in it. Okay, now I've got this zoomed in a little bit better so you can see what I'm actually talking about. The two shimmers that I actually used, Sunset and Twinkle, both have hard pan, Sunset especially so. That's the one I used most of. That's what's over most of my eyelid right now. But it does pick up and it does swatch as it did earlier. So there it is. I can see you can barely see it on my skin. It does reflect, not in the light I currently got, and my camera's kind of compensating. It's not the most noticeable shade. Let me try on the other side of my arm. Okay, I'm pale. I'm really, really pale, and I can barely see this on me. It's a pretty enough color, but it's not real remarkable. It's on my eyes. It's not. I guess if you're looking for something a little less bold, and I like bold looks, I want you to look at me and tell that I slapped some makeup on my face. If I'm going to go pink, I prefer a more vibrant pink, and I have lots of those. So I'm not real impressed with the daylight side. I came up with a perfectly serviceable look, but I'm not in love with this look. It's not, yay, I get to wear this again. So I'm probably, I'm not living for that. Tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing I did today, assuming I don't oversleep, and try a different look. Try the darker looks, which when I swatched them, they came up a lot better. Right here, I just swatched something. I don't even know what. See, this is Dusk. That was going in twice with the shimmer, and right next to it, you can, unless I went over it, I can't even tell. I'm having a hard time telling where that original one gets over here. If I turn my hand into the light just right, I can see the other one. The other one is right here. And if the light hits it just right, it shimmers. Pretty much the same color as my skin, but not with all the veins and ugly crap. I'm not that thrilled with the light look. I'm much more looking forward to using the dark colors tomorrow and doing a more dark look, or a neutral look, neutral dark look. I keep saying dark. I'm not talking like goth. I'm talking, it says day and night. So this is the day side. I'm going to try the night side. But honestly, I'm not loving the day side. It lasted all day. It does, I guess. There's probably a lot of people who would like that look. I'm just not one of them. It's not bold enough for me. So I'm really looking forward to trying a look with the darker, more bold side. They say it's darker. I say it's a little more pigmented and a little bolder. So we'll see. We'll see whatever it looks like. Okay, so that's it for right now. Hi, it's now Wednesday morning at 2:54 in the afternoon. I'm going to try my second look with KAB Cosmetics Day and Night. So I'm going to do what they call a night look. I can't stress this enough. As an ageless beauty, I can wear whatever colors, whatever I want to. And so can you. So I really wish companies wouldn't just say, oh, you can wear bold makeup at night and lighter colors during the day. I know a lot of people have jobs where that's the case and that's what they need to do or they choose to do, and that's fantastic. But you can wear bold colors during the day if you want to. All right, I've complained about that before. So I have to go to work in a few minutes. You know the drill. Let me slap this on my face. I've got everything else on my face right now except for my eye makeup. That's normal. Okay, as yesterday, I'm grabbing this Naked shade right here. I move my finger, maybe you can see it. And I'm just going to put that, I guess it would help to take off my glasses. Can put this up here, my brow bone. Actually, I had a lot of pigment on my brush from using more colored things yesterday. I forgot to color switch it, so it's going to be a little darker up there. That's okay. I'm not going to freak out about that. But yeah, the color that's in the pan and that what I was using yesterday is considerably lighter than what ended up on my face because I didn't clean my brush. That happens sometimes. And ageless beauties know that that's something that happened. I'm going to use sand as a transition zone right above that, even though right now sand is probably a little bit lighter than what I put above my eye. I really should have used a clean brush, but okay. It's not an ugly color. Let's see, for medium transition shade, really there's just these two shades right here that I think count. Sand and Dawn and Terracotta. I mean, Cocoa is a little deep. I mean, both of these have a really red tint to them. I'm going to go with the darker one, Terracotta, and put it in my crease, the fluffy brush. It seems reasonably easy to blend. I'm going to put it underneath my eye here, giving that nice raccoon eyes look, holding all my brushes. I mean, it's a nice color. It's really pigment. The phone's ringing. I'm not gonna answer the phone. We've got an answering machine. I still use a landline. I understand landlines are going away. I'm also going to put that on the outer, well, no, I'm going to put Cocoa, a little bit of Cocoa on the outer third of my eye. Cocoa is this shade right here. This dark brown shade. I don't know if you can see it because I don't have my glasses on. So I cannot see the screen. Now I get to play with some of these darker shimmers. Yay. So I'm just going to grab my shimmer brush, which is a kind of a flat paddle looking brush. I don't know if that ever went into focus. And I think I'm going to try to do a more browny neutral look. I think I'm going to try Starlight, which is kind of a mauvey taupey brown color right here. Let's see how this guy looks. Does it pick up on the brush? A little bit. Let's see if it shows up. Okay, it is picking up and showing up just a little bit with the brush, but I think I'm going to use my finger because I don't have all day. Oh, that is much better. Picks up much, much quicker with your finger. Yeah, I kind of like that color. It's kind of a cool toned light brown color. I dig. And go do the same thing next door. Yeah, it picks up a lot better with your finger than with a brush. And on the last, to make it a little darker, I don't know if this moon dust color is actually deep enough to be a real different color. Does it show up as different? I'm trying this moon dust color to see if it's deep enough to the starlight color. I don't know if it's making a difference at all. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of dusk, which is this really dark brown right here. Put that on the outside edge as well, because, the more makeup I have on my face, the better. Ooh, that is very pigmented. Blend that out so I don't look like I got smacked clean in the eye. And then take a little starlight and kind of smooth out the transition. So that's it for eyeshadow. I like putting highlight on the inner corner of my eye, so I'm going to use Fenty Kilowatt, I think. The Oh Honey shade, which is right here. Mo Honey, not More Honey. I think Rihanna does this. Okay, so I'm going to put that over there so I don't drop the palette. I really like using highlighters on my eyes. This one is a very metallic one. It's just a little too dark for my skin, and I don't really like gold ones. I like pinky highlighters a lot better. Now I'm going to put on eyeliner. Okay, this is going to have to be good enough because I have to go to work and can't sit here and play with my eyeliner all day long. For my mascara, I'm going to use the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes. I don't think I have time to do 2 coats of mascara. Okay, that's all I have time to do. This is what my look is like today. My glasses on. I don't hate it. I don't know if I'd call it really bold and colorful, but I picked gray kind of brown shades, so that makes sense. Yep, this is it. We'll come back tonight. Hello, Ageless Beauties. I'm back, and I have my lovely co-host with me, Tony. It's now 2:50 in the morning, and I've been wearing, I'm trying to think what I was doing. I'm wearing my KAB, kind of a middling look, I guess you'd call it. I think it wore pretty well. I don't know why I just did that. I know that the rest of my makeup probably looks like I've been wearing it for the last 12 hours, and I have. The only thing I think I touched up today was my lipstick, and that was only once or twice. But I haven't touched my eyeshadow at all, and from what I could see in the mirror earlier, I think it looks okay. It looks okay in the monitor, too. I really cannot tell without my glasses on what's being recorded. Okay, so yep. That's day 2. I'm thinking about doing an even darker look tomorrow morning. And I look forward to seeing everybody the next time. Goodbye. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll have to leave in 10 minutes. So I'm going to do my final look with the KAB Cosmetics. Well, the final work look. I brought All brand new clean brushes. Well, they're not brand new, but I clean them so I won't have any issue. And I have to work kind of fast because there's a really bad storm outside. You might hear thunder. And I'm going to try to give myself a little extra time for work, so I'm just going to slap something on and get out the door. So first thing I'm going to do is go with this naked shade here up by my brow bow. It's very, very close to my own shade, so you won't be able to see it very much, I don't think. So there's not a lot of, there's like this transition shade. I guess that's going to be sand. Sand is going to be my transition shade. I'm putting on with a big fluffy brush. It's perfectly clean. It doesn't have a lot of pigmentation, I don't think. I don't know. Can you see a difference between the two eyes? This is the side that has the sand on it. I'm a little nervous because that storm is kind of gnarly and I have to drive in it and I have a 45-minute drive, so I'm a little nervous. Okay, well that's going to have to be good enough. The only thing I have on my face is primer. I don't even know where it's at right now. I got this little plum-shaped primer and I noticed it made my face feel really sticky. So I just put it on my face as primer, and I didn't use any moisturizer or anything, so it's an experiment. We'll see how well it works. Okay, I'm going to go to Cocoa and put this on the outer thirds of my eyes. I want to stick with non-red shades, and most of these shades are red. Well, no, I'm going to put red on my eyes, I guess. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. But I'm going to put this little Cocoa on the outside third and then sweep it over into my crease. Not a whole lot. It does seem to blend pretty well. Doesn't look patchy or anything. I mean, it's always going to look a little patchy on my skin because I have such bad wrinkles. And I'm just going to sweep a little bit underneath my eye as well. Just a little tiny bit. And go into the shimmers with a brand new shimmer brush. Okay, so I think I'm going to be using Stella, which is this kind of dark brown shade right here. And then in the outer corner, Midnight, which is almost, it's chocolatey with a little bit of a purple shade to it, sort of. So I think they're different enough that they will show up as different. And again, it doesn't really show up on my brush. Put it on. Yeah, nothing. Go in with my finger, and that's considerably better. So yes, if you're someone who likes to apply shimmers with your brush instead of your finger, this palette will not be something you'll love. It does feel like it's kind of hard pressed, but it is coming up with my finger and depositing on the eye just fine. Do that with my other eye. That's what I got so far. One thing I don't like about this shade, that the lightest shade is sand and the darkest shade is cocoa, but there's not like a really dark black or a very, very, very pale shade. This comes closest. It's fairly pale, but there's a lot of just middling shades. But a lot of these shades are very, very similar. I think in the very middle of the eye, I'm just going to do a streak of Luna. Luna is this one right here. Let's just see if I can drop a little bit on there to give it a little highlight in the center of my eye. Yeah, you can tell the difference. Okay. And then outside, Midnight. I don't want to put too much on all over the place. Just focus it right there on my eye. So that's what I have for the shimmers and eyeshadow. I think I want something more underneath my eye. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of Dawn and just sweep it underneath my eye with this packing brush. Put a very, very little bit on. 57, I need to hurry. Oh, my eye is watering. Okay, so this is the look I have right now. I'm going to use my Fenty highlighter again, Kilowatt highlighter, and use this Mo Honey, I think is the shade. Yeah, Mo Honey, my inner corner. It's really bright and it really makes that area come right alive. Take my brush and kind of blend everything out around here on the corners. My eyes are already watering, so I'm probably going to cry all of this off. And they were crying before, I was crying before I put the eyeshadow on. I think just the primer itself was kind of messing with my eyes. Since I had trouble with my Laura Mercier, I'm going to be using this Dragoon, whatever it is. Hello, I'm back. It's now approximately 6 o'clock in the morning, so I've been wearing this eye look for about 7 or 8 hours, maybe a little longer. I don't remember exactly when I put them on, but it's been a while, and I think it's lasted fine. My eyes did start to water a bit after I put on the look, but I'm not blaming the palette because I've had this problem for a while now. My eyes will just start to randomly water, specifically my right eye, and I'll just lose my makeup look on whatever I'm wearing on my right side. Just poof, goes away. It stayed pretty well this time. I didn't cry that much, so I'm comfortable showing you what I look like now. I did refresh my foundation and my lipstick. I had to kind of overdraw my lips because they always look crooked to me. And so you can't really see what I look like in the monitor without my glasses on. I'm going to leave it like that. It's a little crooked, but I think my face is a little crooked, so I don't even know if it matters. So you can see from the pictures I'm showing, these are the 4 eye looks that I got out of it. I'm sure it's possible to do a lot more, to be a lot more creative than I am, but I think all the looks I got were good. I certainly don't mind wearing them, and I'll keep using this palette now that I have it. But would I have paid the $52 that is the manufacturer's suggested retail price? No, not a chance. This is an okay palette. I would probably pay maybe $20 for this and think, okay. Honestly, I don't think I'd even do that because I have so many neutrals already. There's nothing in here I can honestly say I can't do with another palette that I have. I think I can get every look that I could possibly get out of this palette by using other palettes that I already have. I might have to mix and match a little bit, but there's nothing in this palette that screams original or extremely unique or anything like that. It's just a warm-toned neutral palette with a couple of mauve-y pinks thrown in and a kind of a dark purpley shade. Other than that, everything in here is a warm neutral. Maybe Moon Dust is a cool neutral. Moon Dust is kind of a gray brown. The colors seem to work fine, except for, again, there's not much pigment on the pinks. They barely show up. So except for these 3 colors right here, the matte shows up a little bit. The 2 pink shimmers, not so much. The rest of the shadows show up just fine. I like the palette enough. I'm going to keep using it. But unless somebody's giving it to you or you're getting it from a BoxyCharm, I really wouldn't pay $52 for this. I really think you can get palettes that do more or have something unique or every color knocks it out of the park for a lot less than $52. For $52, you can get something that's really, really high end and that really performs and really looks fantastic and knocks your socks off, and this palette just didn't do it for me. It's okay. So that's a KAB Cosmetics Day and Night palette. I hope you liked my video, and I hope to see you the next time I record something. Thank you and goodbye.